not turn to a public defender for anything. Look at Jansen Wilhoit in Vermont. He is running as a public defender. He was state representative when they stole my house and car and made me a non-resident so that I wasn't able to run campaign after it was announced in the newspaper in November 23rd of 2019. Look it up. Barnett Woman Sues. B-A-R-N-E-T Woman Sues. You'll see my picture. You'll see Gypsy. Underneath the caption says, running for state rep 2020. Okay, so then my house came up missing. My mail was coming up diverted back to the federal court 3 days after it was in the paper. And it wasn't even announced in the local paper. It was announced way down south where it was New Hampshire area. So it didn't matter up in my region, okay? So who they give it to? They gave it to Jansen Wilhoit, who has been recently in prison and pardoned because he claimed rape. But he embezzled millions of dollars from his victims and never gave those survivors any money of it. So he says he doesn't owe him anything because God forgives him. No, God doesn't forgive like that. You have to do right to receive right. He frivolously got custody of somebody's children. I know the family. They weren't a bad family. Nobody's a bad family. It's all by opinion. So who was he to be adopting anybody's children? They say that if you've had trauma in your past, you're going to suffer from PTSD. And if you've been abused, well, there's a chance that you're going to abuse again. Depends on what state you're in. Vermont gives children to males that are abusers. Perfect example. I've shared video and audio recording of my daughter being abused by my grandson's father on paper. Okay? And so with that being said, I say by paper because who made the decision to allow anybody to put his name on Jacoby's birth certificate without Brianna's acknowledgement? Did she give permission? Did she ask for that? No. I'm pretty sure that she was forced into allowing him to sign the birth certificate per order of the state of Vermont. Okay. Now, that's prime example of the accuser being abused with evidence and proof and witnesses to back it up. And the abuser getting the children from the abused. How does that happen? Is that only in the state of Vermont? But I can tell you it just happened. I just found out about it. My grandson's with the abuser. Full time now. He needs to be with his mother, so I'm asking you all to reach out. If you've had issues with DCF, CPS, whatever they call themselves, DHHS, or whatever. If your children, grandchildren, niece, nephews, anybody been taken by the Department of Children and Family Services in your state, reach out. There's many groups, and it's time that it stops. I believe in equal. I believe in that child should be with both parents, whoever's child it is. But to choose one over the other, especially the abuser over the accuser, I do not agree with that. Why is it that the accused and the abused was the one to lose everything, and the abuser got everything handed right to him with no charges? They think it's going to be washed under the bridge, just like water, running water. No, I'm sorry. That dam down there, that fucking water's frozen. It's going to thaw and it's going to start running. But you see, I've had time to catch up with it. And what I mean by that is I have all my I's dotted and my T's crossed. And I have all the paperwork to prove. The facts are, I was lied about and I want justice. I will see to it that every bit of my every piece of paperwork, it's going to get sent out. I'm going to send it out every day until somebody listens. I want Vermont under investigation. I want each and every town involved under investigation. I want every judge, attorney, and defendant attorney, Laura Wilson, as well as the plaintiffs. I want them all under investigation, and I want them investigated. I want to know why is Quincy O'Gorman dead? That's still listed as an open investigation. And I'm sure that everybody in Island Pond already knows. You see that he went through the trauma, so he was on Northeast Kingdom Mental Health Services. And so knowing that, I have all reason to believe in unto death that he was chased to his death. Wasn't that right? Isn't that what happened, Vermont State Police and Jeffrey Noyce? Just like Jeffrey Noyce when he came up to me and he threatened my life. It was on camera, right, Nan? At Dollar General? Because you see, Dollar General headquarters already told me that camera surveils the parking lot, and yes, it would have covered me. So why'd you lie, Nan?